Here's another problem you might be asked to solve. Find the focus of a parabola given the equation. Well, it's pretty obvious what's wrong here is this equation is not in standard form. If we had the standard form, well, that might help quite a bit. So let's work on getting this to look like one of those standard form equations. So we're going to start by trying to complete the square with this. So y equals negative 1/2 x squared minus x. And this 1/2 right here, I'm just going to put it off to the side like that because this is the part that I want to complete the square with. So this is equal to, can't complete the square when you have a coefficient here. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1/2 and x squared. So now this x is going to come down here. But if I factor out a negative 1/2 from this, that's a little bit confusing. Well, isn't it like taking negative 1 and dividing by negative 1/2? This is negative 1 multiplied by negative 2 over 1, which is equal to, well, this is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So I know this seems a little confusing, but I'm just going to put a 2 here with a plus. So if that doesn't make sense right away, look at it like this. Negative 1/2 times 2, the 2's would cancel and I would get negative 1. Think about this one a little bit. Okay, so this is plus 1/2 and I have y equals. This is a little bit better, but I haven't even completed the square yet. So that's what has to be done right here. So take the middle term, divide it by 2 is 1, square it is 1, plus 1. Again, this is going to be a little confusing, but I'm going to put a divider here. If I put a 1 here, then I have to keep the equation in balance. One way to do that is to put a number on the other side. Another way to do it is to put a number here that cancels out what I did with this one. So 1 times negative 1/2 is negative 1/2. So if I add 1/2, then this negative 1/2 and this 1/2 will cancel. And it's as if I had not done this at all. Well, actually I have, but it's changing the form. I just don't want to change the balance of the equation. Okay, so I have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1 squared, and a half is 1. Well, we're getting closer, but we're still not there yet. We need to get this number on the other side. Y minus 1 is negative 1/2 x plus 1 squared. Well, this is pretty close. We can tell that the x is squared. So this is something like this. X minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. Now, I just took the standard equation and reversed it so that we have things on the same side and we can compare. This is telling me I don't need a coefficient here, but I need something on the other side. So this really needs to be over here. So I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2, and I get x plus 1 squared, and this is negative 2 y minus 1. Getting closer. Again, this is starting to look more like this. And this is supposed to be a 4p. That's another confusing part of this problem. How do I get the p? Well, everything here corresponds to everything here. So this must actually be the 4p. So if I put negative 2 equal to 4p, and I divide both sides by 4, I get negative 1/2 equals p. Okay, so the p is negative 1/2. Now the p goes here, y minus 1, x plus 1 squared, and there must be a 4 in it. So 4 times p is negative 2. Now we're talking. The only thing that doesn't correspond is this plus. This plus is supposed to be a minus. So to make this thing perfect, I'm going to change this to 4 negative 1/2 y minus 1 equals x minus negative 1 squared. Wow, that was a lot of work. So we're almost there. We need a picture. And I'm going to draw a picture. The vertex is at negative 1, 1. Okay, so the vertex is negative 1, 1. So negative 1, 1. And this is squared. This is negative. The p is negative. So even though the x is squared, and we're thinking it maybe goes this way, since the p is negative, that's really telling you that your parabola goes downward like this. And the focus must be 1/2 a unit below the vertex, right there. And your directrix would actually be up here. It would actually be above. So where is the focus? Well, if the vertex is at negative 1, 1, and the focus is negative 1/2 below it, then we're going to have to subtract 1/2 from the y. And the focus is negative 1, 1/2. And there's our answer. That was not easy, was it?